This is Rob Temple for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by Gareth Davies. We're here following Tyson Fury's stunning 7th round TKO of Deontay Wilder. Gareth, talk to me about that win for Tyson Fury.
It's easily the best performance of his career. The Klitschko performance 5 years ago in Dusseldorf was extraordinary, but laying out what he was going to do, bullying the bully, making it so one-sided. Who was that Deontay Wilder in there tonight? It was Deontay Wilder who was bullied back by a bigger heavyweight, brutal heavyweight boxing. He sat into his punches, he dominated from the start. His ring generalship was brilliant. He was brilliant in defence because he was always aware of that cocked right hand that's dangerous. Because Deontay, even while he was hurt, the very end was still fighting on. Yeah, he was wobbling around, he didn't know where he was, but he's still a killer. It was so complete, so masterful. I think it's one of the great performances, not just even by a British boxer abroad, one of the great British sporting performances of all time. Let's celebrate this guy. You know I do. You know I do because I saw something in him a long time ago. Fury is a vulnerable human being as well, you know. He's had a lot of mental health issues. It's just such a story of triumph, and it's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to have been here tonight, calling it on the radio, writing for the Telegraph, being around him telling me on my own specifically what he was going to do, because I was saying please don't go gung-ho toe-to-toe with him, and he tells you what he's going to do, because he's like that. He's authentic, and that's what we should love about him. He's totally authentic.
Where does this put Tyson Fury now when you're talking about the list of all-time great heavyweights? He's gone to Germany, he's beat Vladimir Klitschko, he's come to America and arguably beaten Deontay Wilder twice. Where does this put him?
He's got to beat Anthony Joshua for me. Everyone says he beats him, I think he beats him, but he's got to beat him. And I think that fight will probably happen next year. I'm not sure Deontay Wilder will want to fight him again. I don't see how Deontay Wilder beats him. But if they do fight, great, happy to be there, happy to be here. Where does he stand? He's one of the very greatest. He's a giant. I went to his dressing room tonight. I had the privilege of going in his dressing room, and before he fights, he looks like a giant giraffe. I'm convinced of it. He's like a giant giraffe. He goes past you, and he's like, boom. He's like, he grows, and he was magnificent in there tonight. I don't know what more I can say. It was just an extraordinary performance. He's got to still beat Joshua in this era. He might need to beat Wilder again. He might need to beat Daniel Dubois. But I think he is the great boxer of this era. Who sings in the ring afterwards? You know, he's come to Las Vegas. He's made it his home. He's an entertainer. He's made for this place. And it's just great to be along with this story and doing it.
We saw Anthony Joshua regain unified heavyweight titles in Saudi Arabia in December. Just how big of a fight is that? Not just for British boxing,
it's the biggest fight. It's the biggest fight we've ever seen in Britain. It'll make more money than we've ever seen. They'll promote it brilliantly. It's not. Joshua's stock has fallen in global terms. I've noticed the way the Americans are talking about him this week, but it's still a massive fight for us back in the UK. It's huge.
Just finally, before I let you go, you've obviously been around Tyson Fury's camp, not just this time, but for the last fight and several other fights. Yeah. Ben Davison.
For about 12 years.
For about 12 years. Ben Davison, Javon Sugarhill and Andy Lee, they all deserve their own individual bit of credit for making this Tyson Fury story.
Do you know what? I watched the Kronk guys celebrating tonight, and good, you know, it was brilliancy because it was a triumph. Their game plan worked absolutely. Jabbed him early, got his respect, got him going backwards, never allowed him on the front foot. Can you remember Wilder on the front foot in that fight? He wasn't on it. Hit him with a big right hand early, let him know that he wasn't pillow fist. In fact, he put some pillows around for him to sleep on tonight. We wish Deontay Wilder well. The American media has done him a disservice because he should be a bigger star than he is right now. I wish him well. I hope he fights him again. But Fury and the Kronk team did a brilliant job. They came up with a perfect game plan. He bullied the guy that bullied 95% of his opponents into submission tonight.
Okay, Gareth Davies, always a pleasure. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social.
Cheers.